We're back with more of the Sheriff Tom Knight. All right, Sheriff, let's keep going. We got a lot of stuff to cover. The 911 stuff. We had Nathan Lee on, Denise Lee's husband, and of course we had the tragedy and the screw up with the 911 system down in Charlotte County. First of all, do you feel like we have any real issues here in Sarasota County with the 911? I know we recently had some stuff in the newspaper about a 911 case. That's number one. And number two, do you favor the bill to make the training mandatory?
What happened in Charlotte was tragic. Unfortunate, and I know Sergeant Goff. I met him when I was here with my former job, and very unfortunate. Here in Sarasota County, I can tell you is that we have a very progressive and professional 911 center. We have a staggered hiring process along with a staggered training process. We don't just put them in there and teach them to do 911 right off the bat. They got to earn their way into 911, and we pay sequentially different salaries for that. I just approved, I think it was 40-some additional persons to be trained to move into a 911 capacity. I would encourage anybody who has seen what's going on there, what's going on at our 911 center, to take the time to come up and go through our center, see our training guidelines, to see what's in place. And I've talked to individuals who are involved in Charlotte County, is that we have a very progressive operation, and we're confident with our operation. That is the first place that people touch us if they get called for a Sarasota police officer, a sheriff's officer, anybody in this community. The only way we can serve them to a 911 center. We know and understand that. I'm confident of our 911 center. We have a very progressive one. Like I said, we mirror Orlando and some other agencies that are out in the forefront. And we would be more than happy to give our training criteria to any law enforcement agency that wants it for 911. We're that good at it.
What about the bill, though? Yeah,
the bill is a great bill. I would support the bill if it was funded. You know, I think standardized training in law enforcement is a good thing. Standardized training in dispatch centers is good. But then again, you run into those things as if it's going to be an unfunded mandate. Is this community and is the legislative body prepared to fund us for that? I think I did a study, and ours would be $460,000 to do it in our center. Wow. How much it would cost in Charlotte to go as far back as they're going to need to go, I don't know. But again, we run into unfunded mandates, puts more pressure on the employees. So we support anything that makes our jobs easier and our jobs better and more professional if it's funded.
A little bit of a controversial issue also are tasers, relatively new thing in law enforcement, and the criticism that I hear from people is that law enforcement officers are relying too much on tasers now and they're using them too often. What do you think about the taser?
We have a great taser program. I reviewed 4 of them. We used it 4 times last month. Our workers' comp injuries are down, which means as a taxpayer your burden on fixing up an injured cop is down. The amount of aggressive behaviors that we're having from bad guys on our employees, the deputies, is down. Basically just the show of it has mitigated anything because they know what it can do to them. And if anybody hasn't been shot with a taser, I've been shot with a taser, nothing hurts. So if anybody hasn't been shot, What did you do? I came on this show, that hurt. But no, I got tasered during the training, and all the employees with the Sheriff's Department who carry a taser have been tased. Oh. So they know the effects of it, and
they get pepper sprayed too.
They got pepper sprayed too, and I would just say is that it has been a cost savings for the Sheriff's Office. It has been an injury reduction for our employees, and has also probably saved some injuries on the violent people who want to fight with deputies hand to hand like they did in the old days. We don't see the instances occurring anymore. So I think the adage of, you know, don't tase me, bro, has really out there now. So they know when the taser comes out.
Then they calm down.
They calm down. The individuals calm down. Yeah.
All right. The other thing we heard a lot during the campaign with all 3 candidates, they were criticized, the sheriff's office being too top-heavy, too much command staff. Did you agree with that assessment now that you've had a chance to look at it, and what are you going to do?
I don't know if it was specifically top-heavy. The organization hadn't grown. 403 deputies now, 403 deputies 8 years ago. I think it got top-heavy. It grew with the population at the top, but it didn't grow at the bottom. So right now we're going to run with 1 colonel, 3 majors. I promoted 2 majors. We had some retirements, of course. I promoted 2 majors from the rank of captain to the rank of major, and those positions will not be replaced. I think where we're a little heavy at is the lieutenant rank. I have a lot of lieutenants. So we got in the mode of promoting people through specialty promotions and different types of promotions, and what we forgot is every time you promote somebody and you don't grow as an organization at the bottom, you have less out there to serve the people every day. So my goal is over the next couple of years is to thin us out. We always start thinning out the top and through attrition and retirements, and Other avenues that will be out there will thin it out the mid-level ranks also.
Another thing I hear from deputies who live outside the county is they want a little bit more of a liberal policy on them being able to take their patrol cars home outside the county. What do you think about that?
I wish that they could drive their cars to Tampa if it's feasible. The issue with the cars is the Indianapolis model is for the cars to be kept in neighborhoods for the citizens to see a marked car there and make them feel safer. I believe in visibility of cars. We have no jurisdiction in Manatee County, Charlotte County, or DeSoto County. The cars are for Sarasota County, and the cars are privilege, not an inherent right. There's a lot of people out there in this community that would like to have a take-home car. The cars are for them to respond to emergencies, to be readily available to come back to work, to be able to work during natural disasters, so they have their car there. They can come to work 12, 13, 14 hours, whatever, as a service community. So I think having a take-home car itself is not an inherent privilege. It's not an inherent right. It is a privilege. So we want to keep the policy the way it is. Right now they're allowed to take the cars 4 miles. I don't know what they come up with the 4 miles. That was there before I took over, but they're allowed to take the cars up to 4 miles outside of their county where they reside, where they work here. So I'm comfortable with our policy on cars. I think it's a good policy, and I think having the cars available to come back to work immediately is intact, and I'll keep it for the Indianapolis model.
Okay, when we come back, we're going to let Sheriff Knight ask me a question, and we're going to have our Weasel of the Week, which should be pretty fun, too, when we come back.